I bought this Flex Seal paste and a Flex Seal liquid spray rubberized. Here's the broken ski I removed. Here's the other side. And this is our kitchen slide on our 2021 Alliance Paradigm 310RL. When we found this last October after a trip, we put some duct tape on it to get us through until the end of the season and closed it up, and we ordered some slide skis through Alliance. Those screws aren't bad. If you don't work on your RV and you have a Phillips head, these screws are dual. You can use a number 2 Phillips or a square drive. Use a square drive. It won't strip out the Phillips. I'm not an expert. This is the way I'm doing it. This is not a tutorial. Watch what I do, and where I screw up, you don't. This one's rusted. That one's pretty rusty. That's the worst out of them, so we'll probably be replacing these. Okay. I didn't bring a putty knife out. Let's see if my fingers will do it. Okay, now this is where we have to get inside and work the slide out in. So you need to bring it in on the inside. See how much I got here? Mm-hmm. Until you can see the screw hole and I can get at it with the screwdriver.
I can see a little bit of daylight. I'm not really sure what it is. Not a lot I can really show here, but you can still see that it's a very tight corner to be working in.
It is.
So good luck.
It's a good thing I'm not a big guy. Because maybe by some fluke it's in a good position, right?
Right.
Oh.
I just hit the temperature too. It's 90 in here.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Why would it be cool when we did it? Right? Okay.
Ew.
Okay, we're going to take this off. And we don't reuse that. I'm going to set the blocks up. I had this all set up before, but those plans got ruined.
It does look like Jenga.
Yeah.
Is it Jenga? Jenga. Jenga.
Jenga blocks, yeah. All right, we're going to peel this off. I use these plastic razor blade scrapers. These are awesome because they don't scratch the finish. You buy them a little kit on Amazon. It's pretty cheap, and you throw them away when they're done. So we're going to clean this up. I found this one. Ah, come on. There. No, we have one of the curved ones. And Steve's been helping me. He's an OEA with Alliance. And I'm going to send him a picture of this. Because he said that where the floor starts to curve, to cut it. Text message from the gallery. Let's send him some pictures. Okay, hopefully he answers us today. He said he was traveling. I think he's at the rally, the pre-rally in Elkhart Camp Runs. Yeah. All right, Steve got back to me, actually, in a couple minutes, which is really nice. Thank you, Steve. And thanks to Rob Boyer, too, for hooking me up with Steve. He said, I sent him a picture, and I asked him, should I cut the new slide ski at the thumb or my index finger? And he said at the thumb. So I'm going to make a mark on the slide ski at the thumb. And of course, it goes right through the screw hole. So we'll just re-drill one, maybe here, when I'm done cutting. All right, this should cut pretty easy. Until you get to the center spine, that is. I'm just using aviator snips. Okay, and that's the piece. That's the new ski. Now I'm gonna have to notch this, I think, around here. So we'll test fit it now. This is going to be a challenge. I see what they're talking about when they say getting it in there with all the goop on it is the fun part.
I think the goop would make it a little bit more slippery.
No, it's silicone.
Oh.
Yeah. Make sure I got room in here still. Yeah, it's wide open. You want to go see if you can see where it's coming through on the inside?
There it is.
Huh?
You're in. You've got about 2 more inches to go.
It's stuck on something.
Don't move it for a minute.
Okay.
Okay, there's junk. Well, first of all, it's not straight like an owl. And then there's junk under the slide out part of the floor that it's sticking on.
You saw that I got.
Yeah, I see that. All the debris from under our slide.
Yeah.
I don't know, it kind of concerns us.
Yeah.
The last one. That was easy. We should be filming this one.
I am.
Okay. Because this one's gonna go the way it's supposed to.
Because this one isn't broke,
Yeah.
right? So
We should look at them,
we
though.
say something to them about our floor? I'm a little worried.
Yeah. We got pictures of it, so we'll ask when they come out to do our service. We've got our caulk bead laid down in there. We're gonna slide this back up in here. This one's gonna be easy. I think the other side of our floor is a little bit rotted and saggy, so we're gonna seek some expert advice when we're at the rally next week. Okay, plenty. This is what happens when you cut your slide ski too long, and when I installed it, I didn't have it tight up against the corner. So when we put the slide in after we put it in, the first thing it did was it tore this one apart.
Ouch.
This slide ski is what happens when you cut it twice and it's still too short. Get some of our floor bust loose. I'm not sure how to fix that. More duct tape maybe. I bought this Flex Seal paste and a Flex Seal liquid spray rubberized. I figure if that guy could float around the ocean or a lake on a screen door, this stuff should seal up the bottom of the RV pretty good. I've never done this before. Still, we're a little concerned about the damage that was been done. We had a mess inside when we closed the slide the first time. All the wood chips came in. We're not exactly sure what's wrong down there, but we're going to have it evaluated at the rally. So I'm going to get down there and we're going to apply this stuff. Oh man, I don't know. we could have big problems. I should have replaced these skis last year, but I don't think sitting closed that this would have done this. I have a feeling the damage was already done. Okay, can we see in there? It goes in there, so we're going to try to seal it all the way up to here and glue this back in. And that should work. I don't know, what do you think? I've never done anything like this before. We're going to start out with the paste and goop it in there really good. I'll put something under this rubber lip here to hold it down so it doesn't cure. I know, I'll hold it with a piece of duct tape. Dry time, 30 minutes. If you want to coat it again, 24 to 48 hours. For this one, I'm going to glove up. I should have gloved up for the paste too, but I didn't. A little overspray, but not bad. That's really concave. I'm afraid we're going to need a floor here. I think that's a little bit too much for me to tackle. Is this better than Gorilla Tape? I guess we'll know after we put the slide out in Elkhart, huh? All right, I'm going to call that done. I'm not so sure about the repairs that we're making. I have mixed feelings about it. Flex Seal is a good product. I mean, if you can paint it on a screen door and float in the lake, how can it be bad, right? It says it's for RV use. Well, this is definitely RV use, sure is. And I just hope it holds up when the slide goes in on Saturday. Today's Thursday, we're leaving Sunday. We're gonna have the camper closed up and hitched up Saturday. So that'll be the big test. And we'll see it when we get to Elkhart, what happens to it. We waited 2 days to close our slide. And the first time we closed our slide, all that Flex Seal came off. So we opened it and we reclosed it and reopened it again, and everything came off, including the paste. It was a disaster. It was a mess. What you're seeing here in this picture is just the final open and close that we did. At the rally, Josh Gonzalez told us to use truck bed spray to fix our mess that we have up here. All we're doing is just trying to protect the wood from rotting anymore. Hopefully that won't cause a mess when we close the slide next time. What happened with the Flex Seal, it dragged that black stuff all across the floor in the kitchen area. And Debbie had a hard time getting it cleaned up. She used dish soap, she used Barkeep's Friend. I mean, we were about ready to use heavy chemicals on it to clean it, but we didn't want to ruin our floor completely. So we hope that this fixes it good until we get in factory service. We just got confirmation it's going to be August 19th and 20th. We're going to drop it off on a Monday since we both work, and then we'll pick it up at whenever Josh says to pick it up. But we really appreciate him getting us fit in, because this is the busy time of the year down at Alliance Factory, and they're the best. So why wouldn't you take it to the best place even if you had to wait? We knew it was broken. We Gorilla Taped it. We told ourselves we'd get to it next season. If you've owned an RV for more than a year, you know exactly what this is. We let it sit for a whole season, and waiting cost us. Don't wait. If your slide skis are over 3 years old, go check them. The tape we trusted didn't catch what was happening underneath. We bought Flex Seal because we hope it'll do what the tape doesn't. A few days after we sealed this thing up, we hit the road to Elkhart, Indiana for the 2026 Alliance National Rally. First time at the rally, we don't know what to expect. We're filming all of it. If you want to see what an Alliance National Rally is actually like, subscribe. That video drops when we get back.